let's see. That is weird. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh, you guys can hear me? Okay, so it's working again. Okay. That was really weird. That was... I don't know what happened. Okay, let's... Upgrade to grass Wi-Fi here. Hey, excuse me? It's because Cow didn't... Wait, actually it's my grass. No, it's the windows. You guys keep on fixing the windows. Stop fixing the windows. They're supposed to stay broken. Hello, Allie. Welcome to the stream. Trim the grass, Kira. It's not grass. Deep soup bowl. There's 10 of them in the stack here. I think there are 15 of these plates. I'm assuming they're for seafood. How the heck can you tell that? It looks just like any other plate from the 99-cent store. If you ever take a lady out for dinner, you're gonna embarrass yourself. I feel sorry for June. Why the heck are you bringing up June? The lady doth protest too much, methinks. You're not terribly subtle. There's a bunch of little baby bitches on this plate. These plates are for serving meat. You really are ignorant, aren't you? Come on, it's not like I need to know this crap. Jeez. There's a voucher at the end of the counter. The voucher does the maximum number of plates on the table. The plates on the table are 9 appetizers, 16 meat, 10 soup, 15 seafood. Maybe they're using the hexadecimal here. And hexadecimal is a number system that goes 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, 10, 11. A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12, D equals 13, E is 14, and F is 15. And 10 equals 16. The 10 becomes 16 in base 10. I know it sounds strange, so you can think of it as the 6 letters, as just 6 letters added on to the normal number system after 9. So A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12, D equals 13, E is 14, F is 15, 10, 16, and so on. I think I get it. No, I don't get it! 9 plates, so 9 is 9 even in hexadecimal and decimal. 10 soup plates. 10 is A in hexadecimal. And 15 of the seafood plates. It says F on the voucher. Now 16 meat plates. 16 is written as 10 in hexa. That is nuts. What? Wait, so 16 A what? Hexadecimal. I wonder if it's some kind of hint. Yeah, maybe. Tinsy, do you remember what I told you about hexadecimal code earlier? Yeah, of course I do. Alright then, here's a little quiz for you. What would 9 plus F be in base 10? Oh no! Well, F is 15, so it'd be 9 plus 15, which would be 24, right? That's right. Good job, you're a fast learner. 100 subscriber milestone, better connection. It's simple. Well, we'll continue on from this place. We're gonna continue looking around. Wow, this pot looks like it's made out of silver. I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy. Spending a day off with June drinking tea? Could such a day ever happen for me? Chumpy? Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on. It's a lot of notes. We got a bunch of stuff written on them, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that. Ooh, is that cheese? It's cheese! Hey, there's something behind the cheese. You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese? Alright guys, time to move it. Jin and I need to look behind you. There's a little green bottle back there. A bottle of oil. Oh look, cooking oil. You could probably use this to make something slippery. There are a number of cheese lined up on the shelf. This is Gouda cheese, the most famous Dutch cheese. If you don't cut open the casing, it usually won't go bad. So you can store it in room temperature for quite a while. So we can eat this? Most likely. I'm not hungry at all. I guess it's hard to get hungry in a situation like this. Okay, let's move down. There's milk here. Milk in an iron barrel. Judging by the rest, it's probably really old. Maybe we shouldn't open it up. I don't think it'll be a pretty sight. Darn. There's so much stuff in here. A whole lot of cans. This is probably a pantry. Ooh.
A rusty knife? I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this.
And I seemed to point to Shinpei thought, but it wasn't gonna be much use the way it was.
It's futile.
Futile?
You know, a waste, useless, pointless.
Oh. Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up?
Oh, no reason really. I was just thinking about futility.
Huh?
She wasn't making much sense. Shinpei tried rephrasing his question.
Why were you thinking about futility?
At last, she answered.
Well, it has something to do with the Titanic.
The Titanic?
Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. What is it?
In 1892, 14 years before the Titanic sank, a novel was published. It was called Futility. It was written by an American novelist named Morgan Robertson. The story was about a big cruise ship colliding with an iceberg and sinking. Of course, if that was the only similarity, there wouldn't be any reason to mention it. It wasn't, though. The name of the ship, its nationality, course, departure time, size, displacement, maximum speed, number of passengers and crew, the number of lifeboats, even the location of the accident itself, and the cause and the location of the damage. Everything matches the Titanic almost exactly.
Ooh.
It was almost as if he'd seen the whole thing happen. But this book was written 14 years before the Titanic sank.
Yay!
But that's not all. It wasn't just futility that predicted the sinking of the Titanic. There were two other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead.
Oh?
Both of them before the accident. One in 1886 and one in 1892. Stead wrote two stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, two ships collided. Many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank.
I don't know. I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but
Mr. Robinson's got some questions to answer.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships.
Right, I knew you'd say that.
Hmm?
But what if Stead had some sort of special powers? To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic writing?
Automatic writing?
What? Automatic writing? Wait, are you talking about when someone's possessed by a spirit and then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing?
Yes.
What do you mean, yes? That stuff's a load of bull.
But Jumpy, you said you believe in curses.
Come on, that's totally different. Okay, let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load. These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. When this Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by dead people, who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff?
That's not it.
What's not it?
Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing.
What?
Oh. What are you smoking?
William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic.
Eh?
He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes 20 years before it happened.
He decided it was probably best to say nothing. What Jean was saying was insane and utterly absurd. If he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad.
Well,
Junpei smiled uncomfortably.
Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay?
Huh? But...
Her voice trailed off, and she glanced at the floor, troubled.
Come on, let's get back to it.
Junpei tapped June gently on the shoulder and awkwardly reached around her to pick up the knife from the box. We're really in trouble. I know I'm just repeating myself, but this is really a futility moment. The blade is so rusty. Yeah, I know. We can't cut a darn thing with a knife like this. If we're going to cut anything, we probably have to sharpen the knife. Yep. Looks like some kind of large tin container. Well, it's empty. I don't think we have anything else to look over there. Wait, there was another door? Oh. Wait, a protagonist that is not brain dead? What is this universe? Darn, it makes sense now. This game is promotion for JoJo Part 5. Holy cannoli, my mind is being blown, Ace. A trash can. There's nothing inside of it. You know what else blew up? The knife! Oh my... Ed! Ed! Ed, please! I know he did bad stuff, but... Ugh. Let's see. It still's got water in it. There's a couple of plates in there, but I don't think they're gonna help us much. A wilt stone! Combine! Maybe I'll use the wet stone to sharpen the knife. Blade of the knife is getting sharper by the second. I should be able to cut something pretty good with this. Okay. We're gonna be cutting stuff. We're gonna be cutting meat! I wonder what this door is. You seen the metal grate on top of the grill? Make it like that so the fat and juice can drip off the meat while it cooks. Wow, that's a nice dish rack. I'd love to make that in my kitchen. Why don't you take it back with you? Are you offering to carry it for me? Why don't you ask Seven? You're kidding. You don't honestly think I'd like a beast like that into my home, do you? Oh, oof. It was me. Deal. There's some bottle seasonings in here. Oh. All we got here is a pot and a frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. I guess we can use some of those as weapons. What kind of idiot are you? You're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead? Hey man, it was just a joke. Why so serious? This is the door we came through. It's not locked, so we can just go back out, but what's the point, right? All that's out there is an iron gate and a dead-end hallway. Yep. Might as well be locked for all the good going back out there, dude. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I can't speak. Tank with the pipe coming out of it. Nothing really like that stressful about it. Countertop. We got a rolling pin and a colander. However you pronounce that. Nothing useful, in other words. That's an exit. There's a big iron plate over the door. I don't think we can open it. So that's the door too. Oof. Okay. Anyways, so there are 9 plates. 9 is in 9 lava. So 9, 10, 10 is 8 hexable, which is 10. 9, so 16. No. Wait, hold on. So 9. A 15 and 10. 9. It's probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password. Maybe we put in the right number to open the oven door. It's 9. Why don't we try entering the numbers we found on the voucher earlier? One that said appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, and seafood dish F? Yes. But 10, A, and F. Soup base 10. Was with a shot. No dice. Looks like that's too many numbers. I don't understand! I hate numbers. 10. So 9. 16. No, 9. 10. 10. 15. 10? Question? Oh, okay. Take care, Blaze. Good luck. 9 Ivan looks pretty heavy duty. It's probably interesting quality. I bet you could cook anything with this. Anyways, let's have a look inside. And it's locked. It's locked. Yeah. Let's see. 9 looks like nobody's actual password. Oh, so you okay. Okay. Maybe this is the preparing food. There are plates everywhere. Drawer seems to be stuck. It won't open. Oh, a countertop. There's a rolling pin and a colander in here. Nothing useful. Darn it, there's nothing in here. Hey Santa, digging through trash really suits you. What the heck did you say? Listen, lady, I did you a favor. I knew you'd just piss and moan, so I did it for you. Oh my, I don't get a call asking you to do anything. Ugh. I ought to throttle you. Excuse me? Does it feel colder in here? Probably doing something wrong here. So a bunch of instructions using the nothing really suspicious about that. It's a bolt, and it's really rusty. Is this even open? We don't know until we try. Let's give it a shot. Alright, let's see if it can come out. Ugh. No dice. Aha! This bolt is just in place. It won't budge. Of course, maybe we'll put some oil on it. Hey! Just a little bit of oil and come on, you little son of a biscuit! Whoa! Yes, got you, little butthole! You did it, Jumpy! It's so smart! Ugh, that was really bad, good. Okay. Oh! As Junpei walked into the room, a blast of cold air washed over him. Almost instinctively, he folded his arm tight across his chest, doing whatever he could to conserve body heat.
Oh, it's cold in here. What is this place? Are you blind? It's a freezer.
Santa's teeth had already begun to chatter. Hardly surprising. Surprising! The freezer was far too cold for someone dressed as he was. Lotus, however, was in an even worse situation.
Oh, no way! That's way too cold for me. I'll freeze solid in seconds. Sorry, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm going to leave the rest to you.
With that, she ran out of the room. As Lotus left, June came in.
Oh, whoa. It's really cold in here.
White puffs of steam hovered in front of her. Hovered in front of their faces as they talked. June had already started to shiver.
Hey, you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this.
No, I'm fine. My fever's gone now.
But...
June had scarcely opened his mouth.
Huh?
Oh, no! When the thunderous sounds of metal upon metal rang out from behind them. Unison, they spun around to find the door they had only recently come through. Oh, no! What's closed? Junpei rushed to the door.
No! Why did it suddenly close?
Desperately, he grabbed hold of the doorknob.
Ah!
It was cold beyond cold. Merely touching it was
The
painful.
knob's frozen!
But why?
They quickly deducted that the pipe next to the door had ruptured.
It looks like the pipe next to it broke, and...
Water released from the rupture had hit the door, frozen instantly. Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door.
Hey, Lotus! You're out there, right? Open the door!
Lotus? She wasted no time in responding.
What do you want? What's going on?
The door won't open! Try opening it from that side, please!
Oh, fine. Like, if you say so. Hold on.
Soon they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Then the grunting ceased and they could hear light panting as if from exertion.
It's no use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out.
What? Oh.
God damn it.
Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. Junpei was hugging herself and shivering violently. Even Junpei was, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies.
Anyway, let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents.
Two heads are better than none. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yeet.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room, okay?
Right.
They pushed in close to one another and began to search. Okay, let's do this. There's some frozen meat up there. It looks like pork. Oh, what's this? It looks like a tag or something. Chunk of meat pork. Okay. Dry eyes. There's dry eyes. He got dry eyes. Junpei picked up the dry ice with the sleeves so as to avoid burning himself.
Dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right?
Yeah, it is.
I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into gas again.
Hell if I know. How is that gonna help us anyway?
Oh, well, I figured we might be able to use it to get out of here.
They were about to move on when June spoke up.
Carbon dioxide sublimation point is negative 109 degrees. Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, and it becomes a solid.
Junpei looked at her, dumbfounded.
Oh, how do you know that?
Despite my looks, I'm the the queen of random knowledge.
Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off. Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb?
Yeah, that's right.
You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you?
June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was still feeling good enough to joke around, Junpei told himself.
Come on, guys. Don't you think that's kind of weird? I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first.
Santa was now shivering at an astounding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. Junpei. He wanted out of the season. Junpei, it did seem... We just need to get out of the freezer, you guys. His face was wearing thin.
How the hell would I know? And how the hell is that gonna help us get out of here?
Oh, I didn't mean to snap at you. I'm sorry.
We don't have time for this crap.
But it can turn into a liquid.
Junpei stopped mid-sentence, surprised by June's interjection.
Carbon dioxide turns to liquid if you put it under high enough pressure.
This isn't really a good time for a chat about science.
But I was wondering the same thing.
Wondering what?
Wondering why carbon dioxide doesn't turn into a liquid unless it's under pressure.
Right? It just seems weird. Water's a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees. So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide? H2O and CO2 are pretty similar.
No, they're not. They're totally different substances. Look, guys, if we keep this up, we're just gonna freeze to death. You good with that? You wanna die talking about sublimation and gases? 'Cause I sure as hell don't.
He fixed both of them with a glare.
Now let's get back to work.
I didn't mean to scream at you.
Assuming you don't want to end up like a pair of ice sculptures.
Junpei turned around, the problem dealt with.
Oh, but Jumpy,
So he thought.
there's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees.
Question mark?
I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees.
Ice with a melting point of 96 degrees? You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees?
Yeah, well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
Water that freezes at 96 degrees? Ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees. Now that was difficult to ignore. Junpei had to ask.
So what's this ice with a melting point of 96 degrees called?
I heard it's called Ice 9.
Ice 9?
Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author.
Everything is 9! Why is everything 9?
But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists.
Wait, hold up.
Are you saying that this water is...
So is this thing called Ice 9, or is it water?
Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O. Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite. They're both made of carbon, right?
Oh. The event I was... Okay.
But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different.
So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yup.
She wasn't finished.
Have you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin?
Eh?
For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it.
Oh, crap.
They did all sorts of things to it. But whatever they did, it never crystallized.
Huh.
However, one day in 1920, some glycerin on its way to England by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Scientists around the world wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and asked for seeds. Oh, a seed is a sample of the original crystallized substance. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be easy. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, even the samples nearby did, even though they were tightly sealed.
Interesting.
And it didn't end there. After that day, it doesn't matter where in the world it is, all glycerin crystallizes naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees.
Huh.
Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize. But once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like... how do I put it? It was almost like all the glycerin in the world was communicating. Communicating in some way that we can't sense. And now it's happening everywhere.
Junpei is honestly impressed. It was, in fact, a really interesting story.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. But, what does that have to do with Ice 9?
To his surprise, it was Santa and not June who answered.
What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean.
Oh.
A lot like? Oh, that would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees, man.
It'd be the end of the world.
Oof. Junpei felt that Santa might not be treating the idea of the end of the world with proper concern.
At any rate, we're not gonna have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick.
He was right. Junpei shivered.
Alright guys, I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic. I mean, I know I'm kinda at fault here, but we can't be screwing around anymore. So seriously. I might go by the name Santa right now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland. I freaking hate the cold.
Aw, boy!
So let's get cracking, alright? We gotta find a way out of here.
On it, Santa stomped off, clearly doing his best to pretend the cold wasn't affecting him.
Selfish, isn't he?
Still, Santa was right, and it was high time they got back to the search.
Ice 9 is interesting and all, but we can discuss it more once we get out of this freezer.
Junpei looked at June, nodded, and resumed his looks of the room. Okay. Everything's frozen in here. Doesn't look like there's anything else interesting. Frozen chicken. The water's driven from this pipe. Looks like when the pipe was water. The water hit the doorknob and froze in its place. This water actually seems almost warm. Hey, Junpei, didn't you find some dry ice earlier? Yeah? There's warm water coming out of that pipe. Warm water and dry ice. What do you think would happen if we put that stuff in a steel container together? Let's do it. The ice keeps the doorknob from moving. I can't open it as long as it's there. Maybe if I put some dry ice into a steel container with some... What's the steel container? Shelves are covered with foot. Wait! Down! Yeah! So much stuff in there. Why don't we take some of it out? Got a sturdy rope. Looks like a soft roller. There are a couple bottles in here. Water bottle! Yay! Combined with dry ice. Ah, come on! Water bottle. Yes, it is. Isn't anything else that looks useful? Okay, let's go back over here to this and do this. One bottle flowing from the pipe. I'm sorry by putting dry ice into the bottom of the water. Dry ice is too big. We gotta figure a way out to make it smaller then, don't you, genius? Well... Click. How do I make it? Combine with this, That actually worked! Alright, the dry ice is all in pieces now. Combine with this. Gonna put these pieces of dry ice in the bottle of water. Water bottle with dry ice in it. Click. There's one water flowing from the pipe. Not yet, Junpei. We're not gonna get the result we want unless you can hook the bottle to the doorknob pad now. It's gonna explode right next to the ice on the doorknob. Okay, sturdy rope. Combine with this, and let's just tie it up on here. Water bottle bomb! I like the name of that. Warm water dripped from the ruptured pipe near the door.
Put water into the bottle with dry ice, and make sure the lid's closed. Now I just have to put this makeshift bomb on the doorknob. Alright, that's set. So, what do we do now?
We just need to give it a little, tap. The bottle's already about to pop. If we just throw a rock or something at it, it'll go off all on its own.
A small rock. Huh. A small rock.
Junpei looked at the floor. Scattered across the piece of dry ice left over from the large chunk he crushed over.
Alright, this ought to do the trick.
He pulled his sleeve down over his hand to keep from getting burned and grabbed the chunk of dry ice.
Ah, some dry ice, huh? Not a bad idea.
That's a pretty good size. About as big as a pool ball.
Alright guys, stand back. Actually, we should probably hide somewhere.
Old Santa and June looked at him with a new concern.
Where exactly do you expect us to hide, genius?
There isn't really anywhere big enough. ...
The cellar?
Yeah, there is. Look, right here. We can hide in there.
Junpei held the door open to the cellar.
Come on, get inside.
Santa and June nodded and jumped down into the hole. Junpei quickly followed. His hands, he could feel the chill of frozen carbon dioxide through his sleeve. He tightened his grip, took aim, and prepared to slow.
Alright, here I go. 3, 4, 5.
3?
You're counting the wrong way.
Oh, oops.
That is a really sad excuse for a joke, man.
Sorry, dude. Alright, for real this time. You guys ready?
Yes, whenever you're ready.
Just throw the damn thing.
Alright, here I go. 3, 2, 1.
Junpei threw the chunk of dry ice as hard as he could. With the same motion, he ducked down into the cellar with Santa and June just as... Ooh! Did it do anything? Junpei leapt up from the cellar and ran to the door.
Jumpy! The on the door. Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone!
Will it open?
The blast must have shattered it.
Yes! Alright, let's see if it opens.
Jimmy grabbed the knot and pushed with all his might. Yeah! The door gave way easily, and all three of them tumbled out of the freezer at once.
Hooray! We're out!
June, relieved, collapsed to the floor.
Move!
Santa's sub-passenger van ran straight for the grill, which he immediately grabbed.
Oh, god damn it! Hot, 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 hot! Fuck!
Santa, please. Oh, hello, Taka. Welcome to the thing. Proceed to kick the grill in a futile but amusing fit of rage.
Well, you did just grab the grill. What did you think would happen? Hey, where's Lotus?
Yes, where is Lotus? Is Lotus okay? It took Junpei only a moment to find her. She was sitting in the counter, idly scratching her chest.
Welcome back. I was starting to get tired of waiting for you guys.
What a great yawn. Lotus lowered herself off the counter. Junpei clenched his teeth and walked towards her.
What were you doing?
What do you mean, what was I doing? I was waiting.
We were gonna die!
Oh, yeah? But you didn't. So everything worked out all right, didn't it?
What the hell?
Just kidding. It might not look like it, but I was really worried.
Oh, don't give me that crap.
I'm telling the truth. I mean, if you died, then I'd be in trouble too. If you died, then I'd be stuck here, and I'd die too. See? I did all I could. I even looked around to see if there was anything I could use to pry open the door. But I couldn't find anything. So, all I could do was wait. I mean, what else did you want me to do? Call the cops?
It was true. That there wasn't much you could have done. There's something about her tone. Junpei gritted his teeth.
Fine.
Calm down.
But there's one thing I have to ask you.
What's that?
You didn't close the door, did you?
Wait, what? You think I closed the door on you? Why would I do something like that? It closed on its own. I told you before, if you die, then I die too.
Yeah, I guess so.
It seems like an accident was the only explanation for the door's closure.
If she'd really wanted to kill us, all she had to do was bar the door from the outside. But she didn't. Well, she didn't do anything. She's only lazy, or negligent at least, not an attempted murderer.
Junpei swallowed his anger and did his best to
Well,
apologize.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you.
Oh, yes, well that's all right. As long as you understand.
Lotus looked away and twirled her hair between her fingertips. His vengeance against the grill complete. His vengeance against the grill complete. Santa swaggered back towards Junpei and Lotus.
Hey, no more screwing around, you two. Break time's over. Especially for you, lady. You've just been sitting on that fat ass of yours while we were freezing to death.
How rude! I was plenty busy.
Yeah. How about you put all that energy into something besides bitching? Let's go.
Can we just work like a team for once, please? Anyways, we're gonna go over here and use this item to check out what this is. I'll put this meat on the grill. Hey, what are you doing? What are you gonna do with that paper burn? Come on, it'll be fine. I mean, it's not like it's gonna burn right away, right? Gotta keep an eye on it. And well, they can argue all they want. I'm gonna keep an eye on this part. Well, it's about time. Try taking the paper out. Jumpy, be careful. Sweet of her to care, but I know when I'm out. See, I told you. Hey, what the heck are you doing? Hurry up and take the paper out. It's not coming out. This thing's frozen stiff. I can't get it out. So, we're gonna have to cut the meat? Yeah, looks that way. No one. Alright, now that I've swiped from the iron. Yes, I cut open the pork. Awesome, Junpei. Now we can cut out the paper. C plus 10 equals F. C, which is, let's see, A is 10, 11, 12. Maybe if we put the... okay, maybe the note we found over. Yeah, I know. I know how to enter those numbers. I think E is for enter and C is for clearing. Basically, when I'm ready to submit my answer, I press E. Screw up, I just press C, right? Lotus nodded. Alright, let's give it a shot. So C. So A, B, C. What was it again? C10F. Wait, hold on. This is weird. Maybe it's just enter it like I said in the hints. Ah, shut up! Shut up! Hold on. Fork note plus F. Okay. C plus 10 plus F. Okay, so let's see. So, 12. Let's try this again. 12 plus 10 is 6. 10 is 16. 16. Oh, hold on. That's not what I want. Hold on. Okay, 10. No, that's not what I want. It's 12 plus 16 plus. Okay. Wait, hold on. So A, B, C, D, E, F. 43. Is it 43? Yes! Sounds like metal is falling. Well, I guess that went well. Yeah, the door opened! Good job, Jumpy! The key card! Let's get out of here, you guys. Click. Yes, I think it's unlocked now. You did it, Jumpy! Let's get out of here! Yes! Let's go! Why is it dark? You found it!
I think we've been here before.
A metal grate stretched from wall to wall. Beyond it were 2 elevators and the entrance to the kitchen.
The elevators are over there, so that means...
We went into the kitchen through that door and came out on this side.
That means the map was right.
Looks like.
Then let's use it to plan our next move.
Next move?
Yeah, we need to decide where to go from here, don't we?
He's right. Let's get started.
From the looks of it, there are 4 possible routes.
Sorry if you heard that. That was my total Nichan. The great at doing. Ow! Ow! Stop! Stop! I'm on stream. Don't. Ow! Stop it. Okay. Anyways.
Let's just keep it simple and call them A, B, C, and D.
A, B, C, D.
First, A and B.
They both seem to connect to a room that looks L-shaped.
Yeah, there were 2 doors. But they were both locked. We couldn't open them.
Now, route C. This goes all the way to the main staircase.
That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors.
Oh.
Then do you think we would meet up with the other 4 after this hallway?
No, I don't think we will.
Why not?
Look, there by the stairs. See how the gate is opened? When we went into the kitchen, it was closed.
Oh.
But it's open now. What do you think that means?
They opened it.
Most likely.
And if we take route C, we're going backwards.
That would be pointless.
I didn't recognize. I didn't notice that was closed.
Then that means...
All 4 looked at the map. Y'all looked at the staircase, its lazy curve leading down deep into the ship.
Route D, then.
D it is.
Yup, Route D.
Then we're set.
Smart thinking, guys. They jogged down the stairs until they reached the C deck.
Everything looks okay here.
Let's check the next deck just to be sure.
Yeah, just like I thought. D-deck is totally underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
The water gazed back at them, its smooth surface like a great mirror.
At least the water level hasn't really changed.
Small comfort.
May as well head back to C-deck.
What else is here?
There are 2 elevators over there at the top of the stairs, just like the floor above.
Hold on. These are kind of different. See? There's a card reader on the side.
Another strange mark.
Hey, look! It's Lotus's symbol.
Huh?
See? It's the woman symbol with horns on it. That seems like...
Oh!
Oh! Ouch! 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 Ouch!
Lotus has taken a hold of Junpei's hair. It's beginning to shake him violently and he thought he heard a low growl coming from her throat.
What was that about the mark again?
Eh?
Nothing.
Wait. What? Oh! Wait, what? Sex violence! Jimmy began to wonder if she's not the devil herself. With an uncomfortable smile, June spoke up.
This is a Mercury symbol. The horns symbolize the wings on Hermes' staff.
Hermes, herpes, whatever. If we can't get this thing to work, these elevators aren't going anywhere.
In other words, we need a key card with the Mercury symbol on it.
Probably.
I guess we can't get on then. Let's just disregard the elevators for now.
How about this hallway on the left?
Oh.
Whoa, there's so many doors.
They weren't sure how many, but certainly enough to be discouraging.
Damn it. If we try and search all these, the sun's gonna go down before we've done half of them.
I think the sun already set.
I have a feeling this ship is the only thing that's going to be going down anytime soon.
That's even worse.
Well, we can come back to this hallway later. Let's check the hallway on the other side, shall we?
Time to head back to the stairs.
To the right was a small hall.
And now the right hallway.
Quickly, they headed into it. It's approximately the same size as the alcove in the front of the stairs. The hallway led towards the stern, and its end was a set of double doors.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's open them.
All right, let's start with this one.
Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. He gave a small tug and felt it move.
Huh, it isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
Feared to have found an unlocked door, he threw it open. Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw.
What?
He simply stood, unable to speak. The other simply stared, open-mouthed. After a few long moments, Santa managed to speak.
What the hell is this? This place is huge.
Massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on the 4 companions. It was not enter, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of bed.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
They were simple things, little more than pipe and a thin mattress.
Is this a hospital?
He had at least been able to put a name on the harsh scents that pervaded the room.
It definitely has the smell.
Could be. I see medicine cabinets and surgical tools.
Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end.
3 of them were embolized with large single-digit numbers made with thick red paint.
The left door says 3. The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
Why is the second door blank? That seems kind of strange, don't you think?
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Junpei headed towards the door, weaving his way between the beds. He started with door 3 on the left and moved to the right until he reached door 8.
It's no use.
Well, of course. If it was that easy to open these doors, what would be the point of the Nonary game? We have to activate the red, or the numbered doors won't... Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
Look, the display on the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Oh.
Don't you remember? The red at the central staircase? If no one was inside, it said vacant.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But this one,
There's nothing on it.
right?
I wonder if it's broken.
Only one way to find out.
It's not responding.
All 42 turns placed their hands over the red, but it refused to respond. They pulled out the lever, and it still did nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't the only red. Blah. It wasn't the only red for door 8 that was behaving strangely. I can't speak.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
None of them are working.
What does it mean?
I knew it. They're broken. Zero sure sucks at maintenance.
No, that's impossible. You really think Zero, who prepared all of this, would make such a stupid, simple mistake?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why this thing ain't working.
It was at the moment that they heard a voice from behind them.
I believe the bottom of the device has been removed.
They spun around to see Snake!
Snake!
But it was more than just Snake.
Ace! Clover! 7!
Although they were glad to see one another, it wasn't terribly surprising that they had. If it had been the other party who'd opened the gate in the front of the kitchen, it wasn't unreasonable that they'd bump into one another eventually. The rest of Snake's team, however, did look rather surprised.
How did you end up here?
That's my line?
Perhaps we should exchange information. ...
After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms they'd been through and how they ended up in the same place. Of course, none of it was very useful information, but that hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again, although the level of cheer varied greatly from person to person. Each one of them was wearing some manner of smile, almost as though they had already forgotten about the death of the ninth man. No, thought Junpei, perhaps that wasn't it. Perhaps thoughts of his death were what drove them to smile at one another. Not in a morbid or hateful way, no. The ninth man had died, but they were still alive, and that was something to be happy about. Sort of simple, uncomplicated joy, Junpei thought. The joy of being alive. Still alive. He felt sorry for the ninth man, but more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive.
There you have it. Our half of the story.
You already engaged me. You already engaged. Wait, Cal and Ed are married? Congratulations, when's their marriage? Invite me to the reception. His part finished, Ace fell silence for moments. Oh, I just realized we have an ace on the chat and an ace in the game. Why did I just realize this? Okay. Anyways, for a moment, Junpei was silent in thought, then he spoke.
Okay, let me see if I got all this straight. When you guys got here, the bases for the reds were already gone.
And you looked all over this room, but you couldn't find anything.
So you figured that there might be something in the hallway with all the doors.
So you went and had a look?
Yeah.
And while you were looking around, you heard voices.
Uh-huh. So you followed the voices and came back here.
Indeed. And that was how we found you.
Yay!
Why don't we check those 3 reds again, just in case?
You're right. Huh. There's a long, thin gap on the bottom. I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
Well, what about that hallway over there? Isn't there anywhere else we can go?
No, there isn't. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
Hospital rooms. That's what's behind all those doors?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
There was an astrological symbol engraved near the keyhole, however. I was able to get a good feel of it. I believe it was the symbol of Jupiter.
Not again. Those goddamn things are everywhere.
I wonder what they all mean.
For a moment, everyone was silent, deep in thought.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
Of all people, it was Seven who answered with a calm confidence.
Well, I figure it's probably a hospital ship. Chances are it's the Gigantic.
Gigantic?
The Gigantic?
Junpei looked confused. So did everyone else.
What is this gigantic?
Seven knitted his brows for a moment, then began to explain.
The Gigantic. She was a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century. Actually, the Titanic had two sister ships, and they looked exactly the same. The Gigantic was said to be one of them. They intended to make her a passenger liner like the Titanic, but World War I began soon after the ship launched. The British Navy took her over and made her a hospital ship. At some point during the war, the Gigantic was damaged by a German mine in the Aegean Sea. She ran aground afterwards, so she didn't end up sunk. What happened to her after that? One theory going around is that a man named Lord Gourdane bought her. Seemed like he'd been one of the few to survive the Titanic sinking. That trauma turned him into some kind of obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic. Soon enough, the guy wanted the Titanic itself. Which was impossible, of course. It's stuck at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. But the Gigantic wasn't. And seeing as she was identical...
So you're saying this Lord Gourdane bought this ship?
Yeah, at least I think I am.
That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
Pipe down, just pay attention. What, that's it? Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Proof that this ship is really the Gigantic.
Well, this ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship. So, I just figured...
Oh, for goodness. Don't tell me that's your only reason.
No, I've got more.
Like?
Well, I mean...
Seven looked around desperately, doing anything to avoid meeting Lotus's piercing stare. He scratched his head for a moment, then gave up. Oh, hold on. Okay, guys, hold on. Okay. Okay, test. Can you guys hear me? Seem resumed. Okay. Do this and this and this. Okay, test. He scratched his head for a moment, then gave up. And thus Seven never stopped scratching that head. No, I can't hear you. Okay. Everyone but Ace can hear me. Okay. Anyway, sorry, my sister called me, and I'm sending the great Tatooine, or my brother, my real life older brother, my turtle Onishan, to pick her up from work. Anyways, let's continue this. I'm so sorry. Finally, he opened his mouth.
I don't know.
Lotus sighed and shook her head.
I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Memory isn't back?
Eh? He felt legitimately shocked by what seemed to be new and very important information. Everyone else seemed unimpressed. In fact, they all looked at Junpei as though he said something very strange.
Yeah?
Your point being?
He decided to revise his attitude for the next question.
Wait, was I the only one that didn't know?
Everyone nodded.
Why?
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't tell you, huh? I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up.
What?
Then almost as if to save Junpei from further embarrassment. Yeek! Ah, snap. A bell rang to ring from far away.
A bell.
It sounds like the clock in the main stairway.
Junpei counted each chime carefully.
10, 11, 12.
12.
12.
It's midnight. Then we've still got 6 hours left, right?
Yep.
We don't have any time to screw around. Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
Okay.
What do you mean, find? How on earth do you propose we do that?
We've looked everywhere in this room. That only leaves one place to look.
One?
Well, not just one.
Wait. Don't tell me you mean we need to search all of the other rooms.
No.
Don't freak out. We've already searched 4 of them.
4 rooms?
We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us. If each of us can do 6 rooms apiece, we'll have the other 48 rooms cleared in no time.
There are 48 other rooms?
Her earlier experiences has apparently not encouraged Lotus to trust Seven. I know. Bye, Turtle Oni-chan. You were the one who suggested it. Okay.
Maybe?
I love how he's like, Seven here is like improvising his lines. That's kind of nice.
All right, so everyone knows which area they're searching?
Yeah.
Yes!
Junpei was chosen to 6 rooms on the starboard side, moving from fore to aft? What?
We'll all meet up when the clock goes off again. How about in that room with all the beds?
Yeah. Sounds straightforward enough.
I'll shout if I find any of the components we need.
I hope we can find them within the time limit.
If we can't, then we'll just have to come up with another plan.
Right.
Then let's do this.
Gun, buddy! The details decided, they left to begin searching. Out into the hallway, they went each to the rooms they'd been assigned. However, from far away, Junpei heard the bell ring. It did so call once it was 1 a.m.
It's 1. I better get back to the others.
He jogged to the entrance of the large hospital room to find 6 of the others already there.
Huh?
Oh, wait, what happened? Ace, Santa, Clover, June, Seven, and Lotus. They had gathered in front of the door numbered 8. Perhaps to be accurate, they gathered in front of the red next to door number 8.
What are they doing over there?
Had one of them found the missing piece?
What happened, guys?
It was June who answered him.
Jumpy, look!
So he's pointing at the red. He pushed through the others until he stood in front of it. Oh, no. Immediately, he knew what she had meant.
Vacant?
Junpei sighed.
Come on, guys. Who was it? I thought we were supposed to yell if we found it.
Well...
Junpei wondered why she was hesitating. The others looked as confused as June, but kept their mouths shut.
What the hell? What is up with you guys?
They all knew something he didn't, and Junpei wasn't about to leave things that way. Finally, Lotus found and spoke.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know.
You don't know?
When I got back, it was already like this. There was no one else here. That means I was the first one back, but the missing parts were already back in the red.
What? Let me see.
Junpei looked at the bottom of the red again just to make sure. The slot had been open at the bottom and was now covered with metal. Wait, which part? This part right here?
You're right. It's in there. What about the other 2?
They're the same.
Let me take a look.
Junpei quickly examined the other 2 boxes.
It's just as you said.
Satisfied that they were also repaired, but still very confused, he turned to the others.
Alright, I just want to be sure here. Nobody has any idea what the hell happened here, right?
Correct.
None.
Ace and June nodded silently. Seven raised his hand as if to say, not me, and Santa just shrugged. Only Clover lowered her head and did nothing.
Huh. Wait a minute.
That was when he noticed.
Where's Snake?
Oh no! Junpei swept his eyes across the room a second time, but Snake was nowhere to be seen.
Does that mean that he found them?
I've no idea. There's nothing to suggest it, but nothing to suggest he didn't either.
I don't suppose we'll know until we can ask him in person.
Well, whatever he did or didn't do, he's pretty damn late. What the hell is he up to?
Maybe he's lost.
Yeah, well, that seems likely. Dude can't see. I don't know how he gets around in the first place.
Clover raised her head.
No! That's impossible!
Suddenly, she was shouting.
Yeah, my brother's blind, but he's got really great hearing. He can get around as well as anyone who can see. So he couldn't get lost. That's impossible!
Clover had started to shake, and the knuckles of her hands had gone white. Oh, Clover. She spun around, but before she did, Junpei noticed tears welling up in her eyes.
I'm gonna go look for him!
The words were barely out of her mouth, and she began to run.
Hey, hold on, Clover. Wait!
Junpei cried out to her, but he was too slow. She kept going. Before anyone else could react, she was gone.
Well, that didn't work. Damn it. What should we do now?
Well, the red is working now.
No! We're not leaving two people behind! We should go look for them!
Oh man, this ain't good.
Oh, yes, what an excellent idea. We just wasted a bunch of time looking for some piece of electronic junk. Now let's waste some more by looking for a couple of idiots.
Then remain here if you feel you must, but there's no time.
Oh crap, are you gonna have to you're gonna make me choose?
We've only 5 hours left.
Junpei and the others nodded to one another and took off at a run. Dot-dot-dot. Dot-dot-dot. In front of the stairs led to B deck. They decided to split
Let's
up.
split up.
All right, I'll take this direction.
Then I shall look that way.
I'll be over here.
See you all later.
Soon, only two of them were left. Those two were Junpei and Jun, who had been a few steps behind the others.
All right, we should go too.
Yes, let's go! But where should we start?
Let's see.
Where would they be? We can go to the casino, you guys. The first-class cabin. The hallway with all the rooms. Or back to the large hospital room. The casino? Give me a moment. We'll go to the casino.
How about the casino on B deck?
Okay, let's go, Jumpy.
We took off to the stairs at a run. Before they knew it, they were there. So was Lotus. She was leaning against the wall, examining her nails.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
She glanced up at him, unimpressed.
Isn't it obvious? I'm looking for Snake.
I'm just not seeing it.
Really? Maybe you need to look harder.
I don't think that's the problem.
Oh, by the way, I've got a proposal for you two. Care to hear?
Oh, no! I feel like everyone got a card in the thing. I feel like everyone's... I'm not supposed to trust anyone in my... At the moment, we have no time for this. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Let's go, June.
June tucked June's on and led her quickly back towards the stairs.
Was that okay? You don't think we should have listened to her?
No, I've got a pretty good idea what her proposal would have been. We should be looking for Snake.
Huh.
Well, where should we go next?
First class cabin B deck. Since we're already on B deck,
Let's go
we'll
take a
just-
look at the first class cabin. It's really close.
They turned around and took down the hallway to the left. Outside of the first class cabin, they found Clover. She's standing in front of the wall. She's staring at a meaningless point on the wall, her eyes blank. What should Junpei do? Let's talk to her.
Are you alright?
He did his best to found Stanley, but Clover didn't respond.
Look, I know you're really worried, but...
He could think of no words to say that didn't sound hollow and fake. Junpei hesitated. Clover was so consumed by worry and fear that Junpei feared it would crush her. Her actions didn't surprise him. She suddenly lost her brother, but she seemed to have... She had suddenly lost her brother, who she seemed to have been very close to.
Alone.
Oh, her voice was thin and barely audible.
Alone.
Hmm?
Alone. I said leave me alone!
Suddenly she was screaming.
You're so annoying! Just go away and leave me alone! Just looking at you guys is pissing me off!
Whoa, calm down there, girl. What did we do?
Go away, okay? Just go somewhere else! Stop bothering me!
Junpei was taken aback. Such anger and hate. Jun's eyes has gone wide with surprise as well.
Why are you still here? Didn't you hear me? Huh? Fine, forget it. If you aren't gonna leave, then I'll just...
Alright, let's go, June.
Yeah.
They turned and left Clover. As they did, Junpei glanced over his shoulder to see Clover wiping her tears from her face. Clover had driven home the misery of the situation, but Junpei told herself that getting depressed would get him no more but depressed.
We really need to find Snake, for Clover's sake.
Did his best to push away the misery and depression and forced a smile.
So, where do you think we should go next?
Well, Tino. The third option.
Why don't we go back to C deck? We can take a look at that hallway with all the rooms.
Okay, let's get going then.
Together, they ran down the stairs.
Oh, it's Ace.
Ahead of them, farther down the hallway, they spotted Ace.
Hey, Snake! Where are you? Answer me if you're there!
What should Junpei do? Run to
Let's
Ace.
go.
June and Toad, Junpei jogged up to Ace. Hearing the footsteps, he turned to greet them.
Ah, hello there. Snake is... Well, that's obvious, isn't it? I assume you haven't found him yet?
Yeah, doesn't seem like you're having any luck either.
I really wonder where he could have gone.
Well, wherever he's disappeared to, we must find him as quickly as we can. For Clover's sake.
Right.
Look alike?
They don't look alike at all.
It's called adoption. Ace looked at him for a moment and then spoke.
Yes, you know, now that you mention it, they don't.
Now that you mention it.
Still, there are a great many siblings who do not look like one another.
Sure.
It certainly isn't rare.
Junpei wasn't sure why, or even if he was seeing what he thought he was, but he could have sworn that Ace's face tightened as he spoke.
At any rate, we really must find Snake as soon as possible. The clock is ticking. We really can't afford to waste any time. Very well. Let's get back to the search, shall we? You can leave this area to me.
All right. Let's go, Jumpy.
At June's urging, they left. They found themselves back at the stairs where Junpei's mind was in turmoil.
Something about that was... I'll think on it later. Like Ace said, finding Snake is our top priority.
Junpei did his best to clear his
All
mind.
right, where should we go next?
We are not going back over here. We're going back to the hospital.
Why don't we go back to the big hospital room?
Okay, let's go then.
They turned and headed back towards the Lark's hospital room.
Hey, wait, that's...
Santa? On the way to the Lark's hospital room, Junpei and June noticed Santa standing next to the number 3 door.
Santa?
Junpei paused. What should Junpei do? Junpei and June walked up to Santa.
What are you doing?
What? You can't tell? I'm checking out the red.
Why? Is there something bothering you?
What? It's not bothering you?
Huh?
The guts of this red. Why wouldn't you wonder who the hell put it back in here?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm curious too, but...
Who do you think did it?
Santa's eyes narrowed as he looked at June. She shook her head.
I don't know.
Well, couldn't it have been Zero?
Well, what about you, Junpei? Who do you think fixed this thing for us?
I think it was probably Zero.
Why?
Isn't that obvious? He's the guy who set this whole thing up.
You don't think that should mean the opposite? Seems to me like that means he didn't do it. I mean, who do you think took that stuff out in the first place?
Probably Zero.
Yeah, exactly. Then why the hell would he put him back in?
I would have done that. Come on, boy. I would have, if I was Zero, I would have just taken it, find the pieces that are in my paws, and then put them back together myself. And then voila, you all are back after an hour, and then booyah, you wasted an hour. Oh, sometimes thoughts. Connection is pretty bad. Oh no. Shoot.
Yeah, I guess that makes
great
sense.
Now. Huh.
So, what happened then? Who put that stuff back in the reds?
And risk getting caught, Kira? Of course. Junpei furrowed his brows.
So, in other words, one of us is the person who fixed the red.
Santa grinned.
Bingo! We have a winner.
But if that's true, then the person who did it doesn't want the rest of us to know that they fixed it.
Yeah.
But why?
No idea. Maybe if they come clean on that, it means we'd find out something else. Something bad.
Something bad?
Dunno. But whatever it is, it's gotta be worth hiding. Of course, it could have something to do with Snake's disappearance.
You think maybe they did something to Snake?
Yeah.
Junpei stared at Santa. There was something about him that made Junpei wary. At first he assumed the other man wasn't terribly clever, but Junpei was beginning to think he would need to reevaluate that assessment. When Santa spoke again, his voice was quiet.
Look, if you trust anybody in this game, you're gonna lose. You've gotta be careful. The person you trust the most could turn out to be the one who stabs you in the back.
'Cause she stabbed me in the back! With that depressing suggestion, he turned and quietly walked away.
And that's that, I guess.
Junpei and June looked at one another and smiled awkwardly. ... Where would they go next? So we just talked to Lotus. See what her proposal is. No. No, we'll just finish searching. They looked everywhere they could think of, but Snake was nowhere to be found. ...
Snake hasn't been anywhere we've searched.
Lotus looked around at 6 frustrated faces and spoke.
We can't keep looking for him. Wherever he is, it's not here. We need to get moving.
Junpei couldn't disagree with what she was saying. Snake seemed to have completely disappeared. There's no point to wasting any more time. The others seemed to be having similar thoughts, but they stayed silent. Finally, Seven spoke.
We don't got a choice. Lotus is right. We're not gonna find Snake. There's a problem, though. We've got to figure out who's gonna go through which door.
Yes, I have a proposal.
She walked back and forth across the room, her heels clicking against the wood. Wood. Not the wood. Wood. Finally, she stops.
Why don't we decide on one person to sacrifice?
Oh, no!
Sacrifice?
Well, perhaps that's a bit of a harsh word, but yes, you've all figured it out by now, haven't you? We can't all make it through those doors. If we split into 2 teams of 4 and 3 people respectively, then 3 people will be left behind. If we split into 2 teams of 5 and 2 people respectively, then 2 people will be left behind. But if we split into 2 groups of 3 and leave 1 person out, then only 1 person will be left behind.
Leaving behind 3 people with 2 teams of 4 and 3? At this point, I'll be honest. At this point in time, I just want to get this over with and continue on. I just want to get off the ship, but at the same time, I'm just like, wait, leave behind? No. Junpei wasn't quite sure that was true.
Wait a minute. 2 people get left behind if we split into 5 and 2, and 1 person is left behind if we split into 3, 3, and 1. I got that part. You can't go through the numbered doors with any less than 3 people. But if we split into 4 and 3, then why do 3 people have to be left behind?
Just run the numbers. Let's say we go through door 7 with 1, 4, 5, 6. Who's left over?
That would be 3, 7, 8.
What's the digital root for that?
3 plus 7 plus 8 is 18, so add 1 and 8, 9.
Exactly. But door 9 isn't here, right? That means 3, 7, 8 won't be going anywhere. That was just an example, of course. There are a lot of different combinations, but the result will always be the same. It doesn't matter which 4 it is. The 3 that are left over can't go through any of the doors. Go ahead and calculate it if you have the time. You'll see. Anyway, that's how it is. Now, if we can get back to my proposal. We only have to sacrifice 1 person if we split into 3, 3, and 1.
3, 3, and 1. When someone spoke, his voice was strained.
Then you're saying we gotta decide who's gonna stay behind.
Yes, we do. Given our circumstances, it's logically and morally the best solution. If the other 6 are to survive, then 1 person has to sacrifice themselves.
No, that's too cruel!
What's so cruel about it?
To just sacrifice someone like that?
Then what's your plan? Maybe we should sacrifice 2 people instead of just 1.
That's not what I meant! We shouldn't sacrifice anyone!
I told you, that's impossible. Wake up!
Whoa, whoa, calm down, you 2.
Santa stepped between Lotus and Jin.
Look, what Lotus is trying to say is, you should aim to bring the greatest amount of happiness to the greatest amount of people, right?
Exactly. That's how democracy works. And for that reason, I think the only fair way to decide who will be sacrificed is through a vote. What do you think?
No! That's terrible!
I'm not asking you. Shut up. What about you, Santa?
Me? Well, I agree, I guess.
All right, that's 1 vote for. Counting mine, that's 2. 7.
I can't say I agree with you, but we don't exactly have a choice. If we don't do something, we're all gonna die.
Oh, glad to see you get it. If I can get 1 more vote, then it's decided. What about you, Clover?
Clover had moved away from the group and was sitting on one of the beds. All body drops. Junpei droops. Junpei didn't know she'd even heard of Lotus' proposal.
Hey, Clover.
Lotus?
We can go look for him. You agree with me, right?
Okay.
Clover nodded once.
The motion carries.
Lotus spun around and walked towards Junpei.
Now, let's start a vote to...
That won't be necessary.
Eh? Wait. 6. Wait! No, boy! Dad, no! 6 hands and eyes turned to look at him. He didn't even notice or even care.
I will stay. That should solve our problem,
No!
Ace, what are you saying?
Oh, Okay. My brother
No,
came home.
you can't do that. That won't solve anything.
June's voice shook, and she looked around desperately for someone to agree with her. Ace simply looked at her.
June, I'm afraid you may have misunderstood me. I said I would stay, but I never said I would sacrifice myself.
Huh?
I trust you, each and every one of you. I believe you'll come back for me.
Oh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's optimistic, and then there's just nuts.
I will come back for you.
Those doors only go one way. You go in, you don't come out.
No, but there are the cliche. Okay. Let's finish this thing. Those doors only go one way. You go in, you don't come out. But there are the elevators, boy.
If we go through them.
You won't be able to return, correct?
Yeah.
True, but that will not be the case once you've escaped from the ship.
What?
Please, I beg you. Once you've escaped, come back and rescue me. Ideally, within the time limit Zero has given us.
No, that's ridiculous. There's no way we could get back in time.
Finally, Junpei could hold his. Finally, Junpei could hold his tongue no longer.
We've only got 5 hours left. We don't even know where the hell we are. How on earth are we gonna find someone to come and rescue you?
Then, perhaps you would prefer to stay instead of me? Or perhaps you would be willing to leave June behind?
Ace's voice is dignified and without any hint of cruelty or malice. Junpei had no rebuttal.
You see, there's no other choice. Then I see we've come to our conclusion. Go on. Don't worry yourselves about me. Go, quickly.
Okay, as soon as we get through, put our hands on the door. I'm gonna stop the game because I have to get off. Junpei stood frozen by indecision, unable to move. June bit her lips so hard that Junpei feared she would break the skin. Santa stood against the wall, calm and aloof. Seven tore his beanie from his head and turned it over anxiously in his hand. Only Clover stared at Ace, with an expression Junpei was unable to decipher. Lotus's attitude, however, was different from the others.
Good. Let's accept his kind offer then.
She smiled, her eyes bright. Ace answered with a smile of his
Good.
own.
I think this is the best for me. Perhaps I'll be able to take a nap. It may be my age, but I get tired so easily these days.
As he spoke, Ace lowered himself down to the floor next to one of the beds. From somewhere deep in the ship, Yumi suddenly heard the screeching of metal on metal. It was almost as if the ship was screaming. Would it really hold until the time limit was up? Already D-deck was flooded. In the sudden silence, the only sound was the sad metal wail of the ship. Unsurprisingly, it was Lotus who spoke first.
Well, what are you waiting for? We're wasting time. Why don't we hurry it up?
As if the spell has been broken, the others all began to talk all at once.
You're right. We should get going. That's all we can do right now.
7.
Seriously. Honestly, I was getting kind of sick of listening to you guys talk.
You too, Santa?
I have to find my brother.
Wait, all of you. Let's just calm down and think about this. There has to be a way to get everyone out. There has to be. Right, Jumpy? Say something.
Yeah, let's think.
Seriously? Guys. Oh, oof, okay. Okay. Ugh! End the stream now. I'm getting mad looks. Anyways, guys, we'll continue this tomorrow because I have no work tomorrow. So, stay tuned. This isn't exactly the best place for a cliffhanger, but still, the story will continue later on. Anyways, stay tuned until then, and keep on smiling, you guys. If you haven't already, do click this. do feel free to join my Discord server. But anyways, guys, I gotta go. My older brother needs to take over. Anyways, keep on smiling, keep on smiling, and kid out. Bye, bye.